Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are going to list the 14 most expensive construction estates around the world. But before we jump to it, don't forget to click the like button, share, subscribe, and press the notification bell for more updates. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Vdara Hotel, Las Vegas. Because Las Vegas hotels are recognized for their extravagant and luxurious amenities, the Vdara Hotel on the Strip set out to outshine the competition. The hotel's architects created it with a curvature, giving it a very distinct and unusual aspect that guests adored. The designers failed to consider the impact of this curve when the sun shone down on the edifice. The curvature caught the sun's rays and reflected them straight down to the pool, endangering swimmers. The blistering heat rays even caused hair and plastic to catch fire. Number 2. CNA Center Chicago. The CNA Center in Chicago makes entry on our list as one of the most costly architectural blunders in recent memory. The building was built without taking into consideration the expansion of the structure due to heating, resulting in windows smashing down to the floor underneath them. A window shattered and killed a person below in one occurrence. This resulted in an $18 million settlement and the requirement to repair every single window in the 44-story structure, as well as a monthly check on the safety of each panel. Number 3. Walt Disney Concert Hall in Los Angeles. The Walt Disney Concert Hall is designed by architect Frank Gehry, who also designed the Sarada Center. The structure's outside was designed to be gleaming in order to attract attention, which it did. The issue is that the substance that produces such a bright shine is also ideal for reflecting light, which it does admirably when the sun shines down on it. The reflected light acts as a laser, scorching nearby structures by up to 15 degrees. Frank Gehry may have missed the mark yet again, but his designs can never be accused of failing to capture the public's attention. Number 4. Hyatt Regency Hotel in Kansas City. The Hyatt Regency Hotel in Kansas City is the next in our list. The hotel's atrium was connected via a walkway that was built in 1979 and dismantled barely 2 years later. The structure fell away, crashing to the ground, killing over 100 people as fans filled the hotel walkways overlooking the arena below, watching a dance competition. The architect's failure to adequately assess the weight constraints of the hotel's walkway caused the fatal tragedy. Number 5. Aeon Center, Chicago. The city's third tallest structure is also one of its most historically significant and popular, having been regarded as a wonder when it first opened to the public nearly half a century ago. Although it was first hailed as an architectural triumph, it was hampered by a number of significant flaws that proved to be costly. The architect used Italian Carrara marble to cover the whole facade of the Aeon Center, giving it a unique and stunning appearance. This did not account for the fact that the material is extremely thin, which resulted in massive slabs of marble detaching and crashing onto the adjoining structure. Number 6. A35 Bridge in Minneapolis, USA. The bridge in Minneapolis that connected the I-35 freeway to the Mississippi River is regarded one of the worst architectural failures in modern history in Wisconsin's largest city. On August 1, 2007, the bridge that carried 140,000 daily commuters collapsed, killing 13 individuals and injured 145 others. The design defect that caused the collapse was plating that was too thin along the rivets, which gave way under the intense weight of so much traffic. Number 7. Sydney Opera House in Sydney. The Sydney Opera House is adored all over the world. Yet, despite its good looks, it is one of the world's failed undertakings in terms of both planning and construction. The structure was planned to be finished in 4 years for 7 million Australian dollars, but it took 14 years and cost 14 million Australian dollars in total. In addition, due to acoustical faults and poor planning, the Opera Theater ended up becoming a site where the musicians couldn't hear their own music. Number 8. Tacoma Narrows Bridge in Washington. A twin-suspension bridge known as the Tacoma Narrows Bridge was constructed in 1940 in the state of Washington, USA, and spans the Tacoma Narrows Strait. It was the world's third-largest suspension bridge at the time, and the first cable suspension bridge to use plate girders for roadbed support. The total building cost was anticipated to be roughly $6 million, which is comparable to $1 billion today when adjusted for inflation. The bridge, however, on which so much money was spent, barely lasted 4 months and 7 days. The bridge would severely buckle in dangerous storms due to engineering defects, and swaying could be noticed even in typical conditions. The winds were roughly 19 meters per second on the day of the collapse, and due to aeroelastic flutter, both sections of the bridge twisted in opposite directions, causing it to collapse into the river. Thankfully, no human lives were lost. To date, this engineering fault has become a hot topic, and the inquiry resulted in the introduction of a new building theory: wind theory oscillations. Number 9. Buckingham Palace, London. Buckingham Palace, London's most prestigious location, has long been regarded as the country's crème de la crème. The palace has several hundred rooms, which is incredible in and of itself. When anything so beautiful is built, it's uncommon that it doesn't have flaws, but Buckingham is not without them. The palace's kitchens were beset with challenges, such as sewage flooding the rooms and insufficient ventilation, when it was first built in the early 1800s. The enormous problems required numerous teams to resolve. Number 10. Met City Field in New York. In 2009, the Mets invested nearly $1 billion to replace Shea Stadium with Met City Field, New York City's second baseball franchise. This was viewed as a significant upgrade over the previous stadium, giving Mets supporters high hopes for a new beginning for their team, who had traditionally been a distant second to the world-famous Yankees. From the beginning, the stadium had troubles with the kitchens, electrical shortages, collapsing pipes, and fallen signs. Suits were filed as a result of the problems, and rework was required across the arena. Number 11. Lotus Riverside in Shanghai. Shanghai, China's big city, built Lotus Riverside, a complex consisting of 11 buildings, each 13 stories tall, all for residential usage. It was hailed as a huge success in a city in desperate need of housing. Unfortunately, the architects didn't plan well when they started building an underground garage near the complex, excavating the dirt, allowing water from the neighboring river to seep in, and converting the Lotus Riverside foundation into mud, causing a tower to collapse. The disaster was viewed as a major blunder in what was supposed to be a triumphant success. Number 12. South China Mall in Dongyuan. A Chinese billionaire envisioned a shopping mall to rival any in the world and set out to develop one of the world's largest. The mall's scale was astonishing, at 7 million square feet, more than double the size of the Mall of America in the United States. It was ultimately a failure, and despite the South China Mall's unique scope, the designers overlooked one of the most important aspects of construction, that is location. The mall was built in the middle of nowhere, approximately 3 hours from any major population center, which led to its failure and the fact that it currently stands virtually empty, proving that it was an expensive error. Number 13. Kemper Arena in Kansas City. Kemper Arena, which hosted sports and other events in the late 1970s and won the city's citizens over with its distinctive appearance, was Kansas City's primary stadium. The roof was hung in the air by massive trusses that were meant to slowly release water so that the surroundings were not swamped. Unfortunately, following a major storm in 1979, this design, combined with the accumulation of water, resulted in a massive pool of rain. The roof continued to sag over time and eventually crashed inward, causing a significant financial loss. Number 14. Sarada Center in Cambridge, Massachusetts. The Ray and Maria Sarada Center were commissioned by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, one of the world's most prominent universities, because of architect Frank Gehry's unique vision and inventiveness. When finished, the structure had awe-inspiring angles and walls that appear to be out of this world. MIT had to sue the architect years after it opened because the building had numerous concerns, including drainage issues, collapsing walls, foundation fractures, and more. The $300 million structure was hailed as a one-of-a-kind achievement, but it was also an expensive blunder. All right, that's all for this video. What are your thoughts about this? Comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more. Thank you for watching.